and welcome back to another episode of the From Zero to Hero Oscar Piastri F1 Career series. This is episode number 16 for the Austrian Grand Prix. So if you didn't watch the previous episode in Canada, then do it right now. It was a disaster for us, but still an interesting battle for the lead, and so on. So I will leave the link in the description. If you have some time, be sure to check it. Just add some views to the video. As for now, it has only around 70 or so. But let's start this one, with our inbox or messages from the team. I think let's just start from the newsman. And the first news is Pierre Gasly receiving a 5-place grid penalty for that incident with me. Well, yeah, pretty obvious. He received a penalty. Well, maybe the 5-place grid penalty is too harsh for that, but the FIA made their decision and Gasly has to agree with it. The second interesting message is that FIA actually decided to investigate the series of crashes happened in Canada. So yeah, really, that Lando in the wall moment was just a bit scary, and maybe we just have to do something with it. And they want to make the cars slower already after the summer break. Well, we will see how it goes. But for now, we just need to wait for some time. But we are moving on to our engineer. Race number 10, Austria. A very short track, one of the shortest in the calendar, and only 10 corners. And it appears we had an issue with the car last weekend. So try to qualify as high as you can. Well, I'm trying this every single qualifying. Well, alright, let's move to the next one. And it's our strategist. Yeah, we actually missed him. But we'll check it this time. So what he says, long story short, that we can go for a one-stop strategy here, unlike Canada. So from the medium tires to the hards. And I think this is the way to go here. Let's see what Mark has for us. So Austria, the two blind corners, first and third. Also, just some nostalgic notes, I think. So he remembers the times he was in Red Bull, and it was their home GP. So no really useful information for us, just some memories and so on. So let's not waste our time and see what others have for us. But only Sophie is left in our list, and just adding your training schedule. Alright, finally she understood that this is not a chit-chat app, so only important things are allowed here. But this is it for our inbox check, and I will see you on track. Here we are then finally back on track after the Friday practice session. The weather is good, however, maybe our car likes the wet weather a little bit more. After all, we took our first pole in wet conditions in Baku, So yeah, let's see how this goes. One of my viewers actually told me I need to perform at the same level as Lando in the qualifying, otherwise I can repeat the fate of Daniel Ricciardo in real life. So we will aim for around P10, whereas Lando now, and we have started our first flying lap, and the track is a lot easier than Canada. Yeah, only a few braking points that actually you need to learn where to brake. So it's turn 1 and turn 3. Also here at the end of this straight, you don't want to mess up your braking point and run straight into the barrier. Here it's just full throttle, as the current cars here this season actually provide you a lot of downforce, which helps you in such corners. So yeah, we're at the end of the lap now. It was pretty clean. Let's see where we are going to land, and it's P10. I didn't really expect that, but Lando is still ahead of us. Yeah, so I miscalculated then. Yeah, we need this P9. But can we actually go for more? I think our car is better in the qualifyings than in the races. Perhaps we can try to get into the top 5 maybe. To get a better position at the start of the race and basically have a bigger chance of scoring points. Because we don't want to fall back right at the start and be somewhere around P17 where we were in the last race. But this is our second last lap, and let's see how it goes. Again, a pretty nice one. Who knows, maybe we can challenge the top guys in the qualifying. So the last pair of corners, brake nice and only. Oh, I turned too much and across the line, and it's the fastest lap. Oh, by 5,000ths of a second, we beat Max at his team's homeland, and we take our second pole position of the season. What a qualifying, guys. But let's see the rest of the results, and it's Hamilton and Leclerc taking the second row on the grid. Next we have Russell and Perez. Sainz is way down the order, the current championship leader. Maybe has some issues on his lap. So Norris is in P10. Well, quite a high chance of scoring points tomorrow. Magnussen with a stunning P9. And Gasly with the penalty is in P15. Stroll had a bad day in his Aston Martin, and Alonso only P8. Unfortunately for him, but this is the end of the qualifying, and we will meet again in the race on the grid, and see you guys there. And we are finally here. It's race day, and under the blue skies of Austria, we are starting from pole on the medium tires. This is our strategy, and we go to 5 red lights for round 10 of the season. Lights are on and out for the 10th time this season, and we had a brilliant start. We tried to fend off Max, but he is too quick. Going to the first corner, we're right behind his rear wing. Hamilton is trying to get past us, as well as Leclerc. They're bottling it out. Going to the third corner, we brake at the perfect moment, deploying ERS all the way down the straight. Let's try to keep those guys behind us. And I lock up and go into the gravel. Thankfully, no one overtakes me really, but Max is flying away already. 1.7 seconds. The gap is Hamilton is not giving up. He's on the soft tire, so yeah, it will be difficult to keep him behind for all 16 laps left in this race. But we use ERS and we are in P2 for now. And the virtual safety car is at whoa. A lot of drivers got caught up in it, including the two Aston Martins, and that will affect their position in the championship as we brake too much and Hamilton just rams into the back of us. So yeah, the race is over for Russell, I think. So Hamilton is the only Mercedes left in this one. But we prepare to resume our race, and Max is already 5.8 seconds ahead of us. Whoa, these Red Bulls are too quick for us. But we'll try to defend at least this P2. That won't be easy. We ram into the wall in the same fashion as in the qualifying. I think the last lap, or no, actually our pole one. Yeah. Using our mirrors again is Paris. We're right on the scene. And Hamilton goes for a move on the inside. We try to break him, but to no use, and we are down to P3 already. No DRS, just pure ERS now, but no chance we can really overtake him. However, let's try to switch back here, but no. But as it turns out, this Mercedes is too quick for us as well. We skip a lap and Perez is having a go at us, and Hamilton as well. What a triple bottle, but I see a gap and go! Yeah, that went wrong, completely wrong. They were so slow, and I decided to go for a move, but to no use. And we're now behind Ricciardo, who's in P5 at the moment. What a race for him so far. And Lando also passes us. We give him a friendly tap, and also Leclerc is through, as I lost all my composure. Let's try to fight back from P8. Yeah, already I don't really fight for top spots anymore, but we can actually go for a move on Leclerc. No, I was too far back, but with the help of ERS, we are still here to try and apply pressure on him. And yeah, he is a lot slower than me, going from that corner, and I go onto the gravel on the inside. I keep making these little errors. We skip to lap 7, a few people already pitted, and we are battling Magnussen here as he comes through on the left side together with Albon. That's not great. They having a go at each other, and we will just grab a bucket of popcorn and watch their fight as we're gaining on Albon, who's on the soft tires, and we make a beautiful move round the outside, and we need to try and catch Magnussen as our tires also starting to go, but I want to overtake this Haas before my pit stop. So yeah, we need DRS. We went onto the grass, and Magnussen comes in, of course, and now Norris also pits, and we move to P2, but not for long, I think, as Gasly. Gasly is behind us. He had a penalty, and from P15 he is already in P3. Of course, he didn't make his pit stop just like me. But anyways, great job from him. On lap 9, we are still out there racing, and Verstappen tried to overtake me around the outside, but it didn't work. Really, maybe I will come in now, because my tires are red. So yeah, box and box from our engineer. Let's do this. Leclerc is currently leading the Grand Prix, but I think he didn't make his pit stop as well, as Perez is currently holding the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Let's see, where are we going to end up? We switch on to the hard tires. Oh, that was scary, as Magnussen just flies past us as we were exiting the pit lane. We immediately start the fight with Bottas. I tapped him, and he just flied away. So we are in P10, already in the points, and that's great, but we want more as Bottas brake checks us again for the second time in a row. Let's see what we can do with the Alfa Romeo and the Haas. Well, technically they are slower than us on the paper. Let's see how this goes. We've got DRS and a full battery. Try and get closer to these two guys with 6 laps to go. And later in this lap, we pull a beautiful move on Bottas, finishing it in the long left-hander. And now we need to focus on Kevin. He's known for his aggression and dangerous driving, but I need to overtake him to get up into P7 and be one step closer to the top 5. So we use our DRS and go for a move on the outside. But hey, you can't drive like this. Oh, and we are in the wall, and a lot of people get past us. Magnussen ruins our race, and even Lando will come through. And yes, he does, and we are now in P13 on the hard tires. And I think this is it for our hopes. 4 points. Yeah, we will keep fighting, of course. We get past our teammate with ease. But we are only P12 miles behind Gasly, who is currently running in P10. But to my surprise, we've actually caught Ricciardo in P11 quite quickly, already in the middle of lap 14. Maybe we still have a chance, as Albon is there in the background trying to save his tires, as they are all on the medium compound of tires, as Perez, who is leading the Grand Prix at the moment, crosses the line and starts lap number 15. There's a lot of people, here, so Gasly is not far away, and maybe this will be a triple bottle for 1 point, basically during these laps. But we move to P11 as Magnussen pits. That is karma, mate. He falls behind our teammate, who is in P12 right now. And we enter in the final stage of this race. We are right at the back of Albon. And can we do this? Can we overtake all these guys to climb up the order? And we go for a move on Albon, and yes, we are in P10 already. As the leaders started the second last lap, Hamilton took the lead. There is a mighty scrap between the two Red Bull drivers and the Mercedes of Hamilton. But with the help of the DRS and ERS looking behind, Albon is not a threat to us anymore, and we can concentrate on Latifi and Ricciardo. Can I spoil the party for both of these guys? Latifi goes for a move on Ricciardo, cuts the corner. I try to stay close to them, but they are too quick on the straight line. Can we gain some time? Oh. We return the favor to Magnussen's teammate, and by crashing into him. Thankfully no one retired after this, and we really bunched together. And let's use the moment to get past Ricciardo. What a great move. We get up to P9, but Ricciardo comes back at us. We take DRS of the car of Latifi. He just pinches us in. We have now orange damage to the floor as we start in our last lap of the Grand Prix. 3 guys are fighting for P6, and even the 4th one as we arrive on the scene just in time to watch the final act of the performance. DRS open, ERS used, and we steam past Latifi to get up into P8. Oh, we tried to make it 3 wide into turn 4. We are side by side with Gasly. Lost corners before the finish line. Gasly tries to hold us off. We tried the switch back. Again, side by side with the Frenchman. Can we make it? We go for a lunge on Bottas. We overtake him right in the last pair of corners, but he comes back at us, and Gasly's powers pass us. He takes the P6 from us, and how close we were to finish him in P6, but P7 is a great result after all. Norris only P13. Whoa, what a race, what a thriller, especially in the end. Wow. But it's time to see the official results, and Max takes the win in Austria with Perez in P3, a double podium for the Red Bull. And by the way, as I was editing this, look at the gap between Max and Hamilton. 0.000. Oh my god. It was so close between the top three, and it was close between me and Gasly. Tsunoda, Stroll, Ocon, Russell, Alonso, Schumacher all DNF'd here. Latifi scored points today, what? How could I miss this? The first points for Williams this season. And now let's look at the Drivers' Championship. Sainz is still leading, but the gap is now only 12 points to Perez, 32 points to Max, and 40 to Leclerc. Alonso still in P5. We move up the order and take P6 from Ocon, but he's leveled on points with us. Stroll completes the top 10. As for the bottom 10, we have Gasly with 34 points, Lando still 16 points, and Latifi moves up into P16 with 4 points. As for the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari's lead decreased significantly after this Grand Prix, and it's now on 4 points between them and Red Bull. We are in P6 here as well, fighting Alpine for P5, I guess. Williams is still 10 points from Alfa Romeo, their closest rivals. But it's time for me to add this video. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks for the likes, comments, views, subscriptions. All of these really supports me and gives me motivation to make more Monoposto content. Of course, don't forget to join our Discord server, support Marco with a Google Play review. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for even more fun and exciting Monoposto content. But it's time for me to go now, from now until next time. It was me, Monoposto F1 World.